I chose to pursue a career in medicine mostly because of, my father. He was a OBGYN in Goldsboro, North Carolina.
I pursued a PhD in women's health, and I was able to, toward the end of that PhD, to work directly with patients. That was, I think, a pivotal moment for me in deciding that I really did want to become a physician.
Growing up in a lower socioeconomic status and also just the rural area itself, you see lots of healthcare disparities. So that was a big motivator. I think that always hung somewhere in the back of my head.
I think the one moment I can think of that solidified why I wanted to work in medicine was during my time in my master's program. I worked as a nursing assistant, and I had this patient, and I was kind of beating myself up during that time period because my grandmother had passed away, and I wasn't studying as hard for my board exam to get into medical school. And he said, "You'll be doing yourself a disservice by pushing back your future and your destiny by taking time for yourself right now." And in that moment when I saw him do that, I said, my care for this patient was so good to him that he decided, in the midst of this hard thing he's going through, to empower me.
One of the unique challenges that I faced in medical school was becoming a mom. I ended up going into labor at 29 weeks and spent a month in the hospital, and she was born at 32 weeks, and I am really happy to say that she's doing wonderfully. But of course, it is very challenging to become a parent at any time in your life, and I think that at many medical schools it might be hard to ask for help and to admit that you need help sometimes, and I have never felt that at UNC.
What I'm looking for in a residency program is really something that I've learned from my experiences training here at UNC. And that's that, being in a place that values teamwork and, letting everyone have a voice.
One thing that I think UNC did really well was teach us how to treat people, not illnesses.
This place has been a wonder and truly just provided every opportunity and resource that I could think of, from mentoring, support, educational experiences, you name it.
The emotions I'm feeling with match day, just a little bit of anxiousness, but overall excitement. I think it's going to be great to be surrounded by so many people that I love and care about and who have, really become a big part of my life here through these 4 years.
When I look back at all of the work that I've done in medical school and my PhD, one of the things that I think about is how proud I am of myself. I think that for many of us, we can forget to acknowledge how hard we have worked over these years. And I'm really proud of the work that I've done. There was a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of, tears, and really pushing myself.
When interviews first started, I was very much like, okay, interviews, we're doing this. And now that interviews are done, it's been this nostalgic feeling of how has it been 4 years? How are we already here?
Some of the feelings that I have is just overwhelming, peace. I think having that ability to think inwardly and see that you are more than just your application. You are this person that was on that interview being, true to yourself, being authentic. If you do that, ultimately you'll come a long way. You'll be very surprised come match day where you'll end up.